Alright, fun times. Let's show off some Warframe. Gotta log in. Pretty cool screen actually, because I love how that little effect happens. You've got your actual Warframe sitting in the background there, and then all of a sudden they stand up. It's a damn good looking map, like compared to Destiny, which people have been comparing it to a point. You get all the planets and more. Like you get extra moons. You get this void sort of thing over here, which is pretty sick, and like even your Warframe in the background, kind of like moves along with your mouse, which is pretty sick. There's a derelict up here, which is has some pretty hectic story stuff going on and whatnot. But I'm gonna jump into the new kind of thing that came out in October, and I think it's called the Plains of Eidolon. And it's the big update that's sort of like revamped a lot of the game and whatnot. And yeah, it's actually open world. Oh, look at that, rain. I haven't seen rain yet. This literally got implemented yesterday. This variable um, weather. It's pretty sick. Oh, that sounds pretty meaty. So okay, cool. I'm just gonna fast travel. Oh, hello. Yeah, a little bit of a frame drop there. I'm just gonna fast travel to our bounty guy, Concert. This guy has regularly been compared, well, mentioned that he is, looks a little like he's on drugs. I'd have to agree. Oh, look. So this Warframe I'm running right now, which I'm going to change in a bit, it's called Saren. That's another Saren right there. My Saren's cooler, because she's like the Uber version, and she's green. But, alright, so we're going to go into equipment, and we're going to swap out a different one, because I'm going to use Avara. Saren's really cool, I like her. She's like the toxin frame, and whatnot. So she like finds out spores and all this kind of cool shit. But I use Avara. She's the Huntress frame. Definitely probably my favorite at the moment. I give it this really sort of funky cool purple sometimes, but it will look a little bit different. It's very much a game of changing your colors and doing whatever you like, which is pretty cool. They call it fashion frame towards the end. Um, but especially with her, we use a couple of different things. Like she's a huntress after all, so we're gonna swap a couple of weapons around. I've got this pretty sweet dagger going. This guy here. It's actually nothing particularly special, to be honest. This dagger. Um, I will. Yeah, we're gonna do level 60 bounties. I might swap out this one as well because we need a fairly decent secondary. Um, so yeah, as you can tell, very much the hunter. We've got a bow going on here. We even have like an actual sort of hand crossbow thing going on, pretty awesome. But yeah, the way the weapons work in terms of making them pure, pretty awesome is that they got this whole sort of modding section, and this is intense. Like these are just like all like just some of the mods and stuff that you can get. And I've been pretty bad because well, 12 out of 34 slots have been used, so these little power things in the right hand corner tell you about what kind of power, like your power point or power level. So as you level up a weapon or an item or a warframe to up to rank 30, they get more and more power point slots essentially. So you can book in more mods and make things look cooler. The thing is, I'll probably just put reach in because that just means I'm going to have better range. Other than that, that's this mod. I don't know how I got this. I got really lucky from what it sounds like because it's fairly rare. And it says 100% extra damage or lethal finishes. And this is what makes this Ovara thing so freaking cool. Because you'll see when we get out into the plains. So, stop talking. She's good. We've got a bounty. It's pretty cool. Like so, whole cool thing about this open world uh, area that they've introduced is, I guess you've got this much sort of bigger, bustling town, and you can see all these other people just standing around, and this dude looks pretty fucking badass. Lighting here is a little bit dark right now because it's in the evening. So Cetus, this town, and the plains themselves, they have a day-night cycle. So it looks like we might be heading into night. So anyway, let's go out the door We're going to get a little bit of a frame drop here. Yeah, there we go. Just as the game switches us from a hello kitty, switches us from the open world to a single instance. So now I'm in my own instance. Unlike Destiny, I won't just randomly see people out here. This is my instance. I can come out here with up to 3 other players, so 4 in total. It's pretty cool. But like, yeah, thanks, Lotus. Uh, the whole reason I wanted to record this is to show you guys how fucking pretty this looks. It's raining as well, and I'm a cat because I'm a huntress. So why not have a cat? Let's go. Yeah, if we stay out here long enough, I'd say, based off how grim and dark it's getting, I'd say it's going to go to nighttime pretty soon, and this whole place gets pretty freaky at night. These great big sentinel eidolon things start popping up out of nowhere, and kind of give you a really hardcore War of the World vibe. It's intense, and then you get these sort of like little wisp sort of things as well. Um, so yeah, movement in this game is pretty trippy. It's all very parkoury. So I can make some jump, like very much Warframes describe. Like you're ninjas, you're space ninjas with magical powers, and yeah, like there are times like I can slide up a hill, for instance, so I can slide. And so like, physics, yay, not really sure. But yeah. Oh, okay, so we got a fallen drone. All right, these ones suck, but at least it's at the start. So I've got some abilities down the bottom right hand corner, as you can see. Oh, hello. Getting shot. I think I missed that. No judge. Alright, cool. So yeah, so it's a third person shooter. You know what, I'm just gonna do, alright. This is why I love Avara. Because she has a stealth mode. And I can, as long as I'm using a silent weapon, so that's a bow or a suppressed uh, rifle sort of type weapon, um, I'm invisible. Now, there was a bug that came out with yesterday's patch that added all the environments. If I roll, yes, they fixed it, thank God. Cool. Yeah, yesterday, if I had rolled, it would have broken the stealth. Because if I slide or sprint, it actually will break the stealth as well. But I'm glad they fixed that. Now, I'm going to do something that's going to... Oh, wait. I'm going to do something that's going to look very, very confusing. And for anybody who's going to jump on board and wants to play the game, it is not really a spoiler. Like if you actually get into the game, you'll go through a series of quests fairly quickly that will show you how all this sort of cool thing works. But I need to jump out of the frame and go into my little wizard human form. Called an operator. So wait 5, boom, there's my little person. I just need to do that and I'm back out. And you'll notice now I've gained 2 buffs in the top right hand corner. That is just helpful for my energy regen. I probably should have been paying more attention. Yeah, it just helps a lot for the energy regen. They've got this system where, annoyingly, like the buffs are now, all that 30% increase buff will now stay permanent. But it'd be really nice if it just was on from the very beginning, because it takes a while to kind of get used to that whole, alright, sweet, I'll have to first jump out and then jump back into the operator. It's not too bad. As you can see down the bottom right hand corner, I've got my different skills. Oh, that energy, lovely, 100 energy. And there's an energy bar there, currently at 231, 230, so it's going to drain, nice little bit of a flare there, pretty cool. Yeah, thank you, Onko. Another cool interface thing that I love is this hacking. So it's like these kind of really super sharp, fast little mini game things, but the hacking in this game is pretty awesome. That was a kind of like medium difficulty one. Some like in the really high end level missions, you get like every single one of those is occupied, goes back and forth, it gets faster as it goes. It's like pretty damn intense. So yeah, it's not my very preferred one. The other style is a geometric one, but it's on a time limit, so it requires less actual quick reaction, but you've got to sort of make the pattern. Out here in the plains of Eidolon, we won't see any of that style, I don't think, because that's from the other faction of enemy. But cool, what do we got to do? We've got to find a drone. Where's the drone? That's the question. Oh, no, wait, it's not you. There it is. Okay, cool. So, I might just jump back in the operator, get some more energy. I'll do this 1 or 2 more times. So, this is, I'm going to reawaken this drone out here in the plains, and I've got to escort it to safety. Versing some fairly high level enemies. Like Ivara, this frame is squishy. She's not a tank, she's all about stealth. I haven't done it yet, you haven't seen me do any executions yet. It's pretty cool, even though I will be invisible. So it's not like you're going to see this wicked crazy animations, but it does happen. It's very awesome, and it's getting nice and dark tonight. Look at that, clouds are coming, so it's all dusk. Pretty badass look. Ouch. Woo. Yeah, it's definitely the kind of game you're going to want a beefy computer, like something that you can really show it off with. So, Ivara has the first skill is these different arrows. They're pretty cool. They make Hanzo look like a little bitch, because he is. And I've just selected through the quiver there, and I've now equipped the sleep arrow, which is pretty cool. It's really dark right now, which is annoying, but hey. Alright, so what we're going to do, we are going to intercept as many people as possible, because go to sleep. Cool, we go invisible. Come up behind them, and we one-shot everything by stabbing them in the back. And the fire there is probably coming from another enemy that hasn't gone to sleep yet. There he is. I'm just going to make him go to sleep. Sounds like there's an Eidolon now in the background. If you can hear that crashing, that is the terrifying Eidolon. Now that's the little sentient dudes, the little ones. Okay, so how's it? All right. Drone's doing alright. Shooting those things up there with a bow, I'm just going to ignore it, because fortunately he has the aim of a bronze player. Cool, I need to do that again. Come on. Alright, and we're just going to stealth and one-shot everybody. Why? Because it's easy, and it's kind of fun and entertaining. I had to do this yesterday. Actually, you are really annoying me. Aim, try to be the hunter. Yeah, I can still smash them pretty hard when they're already asleep, because they still get the. Oh, hello. And there we go. That stupid drone shot me. Avara's squishy. Avara's very squishy, and this is why stealth is so powerful, because they can't see me. Straight up cannot see me. You know, and then I can just run around. It's pretty funny. There's a really high end mission set called a sortie, which is like the end game, and it's very much where you need top level mods and a lot of different frames unlocked for all the different skills and abilities to combo to be able to clear that like set of missions, that challenge. This is very much gonna put everybody to sleep here. And yeah, like I did one not long ago. I'm just literally standing in front of the boss, and he didn't see me. I shot him about 4 times. He insta died, and yeah, he was level 140. No, sorry, level 100. These guys are level 40. So you know, sort of 2.5 times more powerful. Yeah. So that is the first part of this 5-part little adventure done, which is pretty cool. So you can see there's a pickup on the ground there. Nighttime, it's all getting pretty hectic, especially too because we've attracted a lot of enemies. So that's a lure. These are the little sentient guys now. These guys suck to try and kill, but I can use my little space wizard. Space wizards have lasers, because of course they do. And yeah, the void energy that you emit from your little person is absolutely shreds the little sentients, because apparently they're made from the same energy source. Who knew? And yeah, it's cool, hectic kind of glowing effect. Yeah, now the moons really come out. Nighttime's a lot easier to reverse. I'm not the biggest fan of like um, simulation of the whole like eye, whatever they call it, not bloom, but when they make the camera flare out and react the same way that the human eye does, so that when you look at the bright light, it sort of dulls out first. That's the big Eidolon. They're fucking freaky and weird. Uh, yeah, it's got a tree for an arm. It looks like something that's almost from the South Park games. Oh, hello. Um, a little bit man bear pig actually. Come to think of it, it's gonna be my new name for them now, I think. Um, but yeah, they're high end. Like they're an end game thing. You really do need about. I think you need the full team of four people to take those sneaky little buggers or those giant buggers on. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna let him do his thing because yeah, they'll just wander around at night. If I ignore them, they'll ignore me. It's mostly these suckers over here, the other Grenier, that will attempt to fight it frivolously. Because yeah, it's the Grenier's fault those things are walking around, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we can take it. It's still its power. And little do they know that, well, unless you have void power, like my little space wizard, yay, um, you actually can't break their shield. So Grenier are idiots. Yeah, Grenier are the enemies that we're currently killing on the plains, but that's the name of their faction. They're very much hobbled little fucked up weirdo humans that have suffered from thousands of years of genetic decay from cloning. So yeah, they're pretty shite. Okay, so I need to find some caches. That's always fun. Um, where's the gun, Mum? Where is it, Lotus? And something to kill. I don't know what you're on about. You got a time limit for me? Hmm. Yeah, you get like companions and pets and stuff in this. It's a little bit Pokemon-y, which is kind of cool. Let's go with that. Hey, that's one. Yeah, and I just bred this one yesterday, which is pretty cool. The first little hunty cat that I got, they're called, what do you call cavats? That's what they're called. Um, it was the ugliest thing ever. Yeah, it was a meme and a half. I saw it, I leveled it for a little bit of experience for the account, and then I was like, I am sending you to the farm. Bonk. Yeah, it looked like a cat that had. Oh, it's probably even too generous to say it had been hit in the face with a shovel. It was just like what had happened to it. It had no ears whatsoever. It had almost no tail. The face had seriously looked like it'd been pummeled in. It was like, what's going on here? I was afraid that the intergalactic RSPCA was going to call me out on it. So yeah, I got rid of that one quick, and then put a little bit of effort into getting a new one. So yeah. Hey, okay, cool. Cool. So, next stage. So this is kind of like a little bit new as well, like this whole concept of the multi-stage bounties that I'm currently doing. This, I hope she's not too loud too for this. Um, yeah, sorry. Yeah, like normally missions are a lot shorter, a lot faster. Like Warframe's very much been described as speed running, and I could definitely like in certain frames as well. It's speed running on crack. Like it's uh, some of the missions you've just got to go so fast, or you can just go so faster than like doing this as I'm doing now, and bullet jumping and dodging enemies and running around and Yeah, like the planes really have opened it up. So I guess I can really understand how, because it's so open now like this, it very much is giving that Destiny vibe. But that being said, like Destiny, like fucking look at these plants, you know, these like sway, and you know, yeah, sure, they're probably just like single plane geometry with an alpha and shit, and you know, yeah, crouch through it. Fuck, you know, they just really did well. It's a little dark. I don't know if I could change some settings or whatnot. I don't know how it's coming out in the recording, but hey, you know, here's what it is. I'm just gonna kill you because you're just gonna get in the way and annoy me. There you go. Okay, what do you need? You need a data mark. Okay, cool. This will be easy. Luckily, all those efforts of picking up. Acacia's just back there, just maxed out my energy for now, which is great. So thank you very much. Getting more. Alright, these guys are level 60, so just to make life a lot easier, we're gonna one shot them. We're just gonna put them to sleep and shove a dagger through their face. Because why not? Okay, mom, shit. There we go. Alright, so this is what they call a bit of a mobile defense, bit of a defense mission. You gotta keep it up for 3 minutes, and it's gonna be easy because everybody who runs near it, we're just gonna put to sleep. So, lol. Yeah, really cool skybox. There's that Eidolon just moaning in the background somewhere. Hope he's just fucking these guys up, sending them back to their daddies. So yeah, not 100% sure how I like that. Like, I get it. You've got to have something to stop people from just going off into whatever. But I think it's a little bit old school, and I don't know how innovative it is to have that. You know, just a holographic wall stopping you. Can I not? There we go. But hey, you know, it's just the smallest of details in what is otherwise a pretty damn cool. Probably, I could call it an expansion for them. Like, granted, like I've only been playing for a little over a month, but so not like I was here prior to it. But it's definitely a big deal. So this is where I'm loving the fact that I've got extremely power efficient mods on Avara right now because my energy's barely going anywhere, and these guys are sort of constantly CC'd, which is great. Losing a little bit of health on that thing, although it's not really getting hit too much because I'm keeping the CC up. I just need to keep spamming sleep. Um, there's a high end mod that I've got on here that's only half leveled as well, and when you get the really top ones, they can take a lot of effort. Various different currencies and stuff in the game that are required to level them, and some of that currency can just take a while to get. So it's purely just gotta play more to get better, play more to be more. Come on. Not gonna work today. Okay. I'll see how it is. Hashtag blame Josh. Oh, there we go. Gone to the wrong area by mistake. Doesn't want to trigger the insta kill. Okay. So easy. So easy. I did definitely have some other cool combos. Like, there's a lot of other frames out like in this game that I really like the look of. Just really cool concepts, like the one that kind of came out as the poster girl. In fact, I guess Plains of Eidolon is just based off glass. Really cool concept. Like it's not just hunter who's stealthy. It's you get there's like a Anubis type sort of frame. There's a toxic frame with um, with Sarah that you saw earlier when I swapped over. What other frames are there? Like they kind of just sort of start off with go, what's these cool concepts? What's like a element of nature or something? You get, your sort of classic ones. You get like your fire caster and a frame called Ember. Can I do it? Oh yeah, I got her. I didn't expect that to happen. um, and other things. God, it's very very dark, isn't it? There's so one I've been working on recently too is her name is not Octavia. Although I'll tell you about Octavia in a sec. Equinox, and Equinox is what they call the duality frame, and that's my phone in the background. The duality frame, so she is day and night, and healing and damaging, and you actually flick between two different states, and so the daytime, sorry, which is all that damage and big AOE cool bursts and stuff, and then you got nighttime, which is all about CC and healing and sort of cool stuff like that. So that's a really cool concept. And then yeah, like Octavia, for instance. Now the concept of Octavia from a character design just freaking blew my mind. So she's like an in Warframe, like an in-game make your own guitar hero. Like she actually has incorporated into her arm is a manticore instrument, and before you go out into a mission, you make a song. Like you do the beat, so the bass, the mid, and the treble, and you create 101 my first song, and then as that's playing in the game. Different status effects and different things will happen, and if you time things like, say, for instance, jumping or shooting to the beat of your rhythm, you will buff yourself. You will do different things. It's just like, wow. It's a really really cool concept that it's not purely okay, cool. She makes music and that's that. It's you make your own, and then it doesn't matter really what you made if you're good or you're bad at making this kind of song. Um, it actually affects the gameplay to that degree. It's just like a really cool concept. I think it's great. Granted, there are efficient ways to do your songs. It's not just okay, everything's a bass, and you can't just do ear bleeding rubbish. But um, yeah, it's a very awesome idea. Oh, why do you have to be flying? Haven't you realised I'm using a bow? That's not going to work for me, mate. Alright, this is just going to be a pain. Everybody can laugh. Lead the shot, yeah, righto. This is when I Hanzo it up hard. I choose you, Spirit Dragon. Yeah, no, no, no. Oh, yeah. Are you serious? Alright, we might need to get a little bit closer. There is a better way than purely try to shoot these pricks out of the air. It's called the Arc Wing. But I haven't got my Arc Wing launcher on because I just haven't got it established yet. Oh, really? Now he's just insulting me. Hey, double hit. Nice. Alright, I'm going to come back around one more time. Just, no. Oi, so close. Gotcha. Or as the pros say, got him. Would you asleep? Ha, I can too. Alright, now you're gone. Oh, thanks, Mum. Okay, last stage to go. What are we going to do? Let's find out. This is becoming a long video, I'm sorry. It's hit half an hour. Ah, sweet. This is get liberating camps is easy, GG. We might come in here and just stab a few people though, because I want to top that energy up just before I get into there. Come on. Cool thing about this third ability, Prowl, that I'm in is that it actually can steal energy. Or sorry, it's not steal energy specifically, but just steal resources, which is really cool. So it is very much that thief, huntress kind of frame. There we go, a little bit of a top up, that's not bad. Let's run out of here and hopefully not get shot in the back. Over a matter of $80. See, sliding up hills. Physics. Who needs them? So I haven't tried it yet, but one thing that this update did, and apparently it's like, some people are saying it's their in-game content. I'm not sure how sold I am on the concept of it being in-game content, but an extremely diverse fishing system has been added. And it's spearfishing as well, just to make it a little bit more exciting. It's not the good old Ocarina of Time standing in a pond, which I don't know, maybe is good, maybe is bad. But I guess it is a shooter, so why not? Like it makes more sense to be a first person or a spearfishing adventure. So yeah, you know, apparently like you do need to do it at some point for the sake of the progression in Cetus and unlocking stuff and getting materials, which is fine. And apparently it's really well designed. I just found it to be a little bit of a funny move, really. I think when you think design wise, it's like, the meme. It's like, they're sitting in the boardroom going, okay, what are we going to do to add to Plains of Eidolon? And we're going to go, okay, cool, like open world, multi-stage bounties and massive big encounters and fishing. Okay, why not? It's, probably millions of years in the future, at least, given the trippiness of this technology. And spearfishing, it's never changed. So, let's just get rid of this little shit so it doesn't annoy me. Thank you. Alrighty. I'm going to go. So Avara does have, like, every frame has 4 abilities, and this is the 4th one. This is called the Artemis Bow. It's pretty cool. Fires out in multiple lines, so it's like a special Uber bow she conjures up. And if I can fire it in a row, and if I hold it longer, it'll go to horizontal plane. And if I hold it half, it goes on a diagonal. Pretty awesome. Don't really use it a lot, mostly just because my configuration right now is very, very strong. At least for these kind of enemies, it's very helpful. Oh, hello. It's really good for taking out those like high level assassination targets. So just because you line them up, you put them to sleep, you get like 5 arrows in one blast onto the head, and you're laughing. It's tops. So I'm gonna put them to sleep. Kill you. Smack you. Hey, it was a Hanzo shot. Got him in the foot and he one shot. Um, so. Up. Pretty cool too. Like I think the idea of the bows. Like when I first started playing, I was like, ugh, bows. Low. Like I've got what 65 arrows. I think I maxed out at about 72 arrows with this bow. Most bows are around about that much, and it's just like travel time, and you've got to hit the head, and it really bugged me. And I was like, I don't want to be Hanzo, but it actually, I've seen how it's very, very different in this in Warframe, and except for when you do that, you start shooting the wrong arrow, and it works. It works. There is a whole bunch of different bows. I can get out. I'll get out that hand crossbow. That was pretty cool. Put this guy to sleep. Now this one's cool. If I charge it up fully and then kill somebody, come back. There we go. It actually blasts them into oblivion and leaves their soul behind, and then their soul will fight for me for a few seconds, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's a pretty neat hand crossbow, especially since the way I have it modded right now, it fires 8 arrows a shot, which is a bit ridiculous. So again, space magic. How good's that? Yeah, I don't really need to charge it up actually. I don't know why I'm bothering. Now I'm showing you the cool stuff. Just gonna kill you. Nice, we're back. We're done. We want to die. You know what? Let's get out of this. Let's do some. Wrong one. Let's get out of prowl. Let's do there, fun stabbing. Aha, put you asleep again. Don't break the stealth bonus. So now that I'm not too fast. Oops, hello. Go back to sleep, buddy. Where are you shooting from? Kill you first. There he is. Oh. There we go, and dagger to the head. Done. Ah! So many relics. Wow. So there is different. There's a loot table. There's a drop table that you can associated with these bounties. And the relics, they're obviously pretty common. I've had quite a few this round. So let's get out of here. Let's go back to Cetus. And yeah, I need to work out where. Oh, there it is. Cool. So again, they've done a bit of a journey because journey, I guess, was such a revelation. And how do you guide a player at all? How do you guide a player since that game came out? And what does everybody at school tell you to do? Well, put a big fucking object in the distance, so big that no matter where you are, you can always go to it, and make it visible at day and at night. So, hey, look, if it works, don't break it. Yeah, don't fix it, sorry. So, fair call, bang. Yeah. I really should get the arc ring launcher sorted. Being able to fly over this rather than, well, parkouring would be a little bit nicer. Oops, touch the water. Yeah, the lakes are a tad electromagnetic, apparently. Warframes can survive in space, but they don't like water. Who knew? So yeah, shoot that. So they've done a little, fair bit of like open world collection stuff. I'm not quite sure yet how relevant all it is, but it's one of those things. It's the kind of game whereas if you see something to pick it up. You'll probably want or need it later at some point. This is literally like free loot right here, so it's on my way. Why not? It's a cool one. So the tripwire. So basically do your own wire walking. Another reason why I buy is just so fucking cool. Oh, look at that. You can just make your own wire. Is that? No, it didn't work. I need landmass to go between. But if we just do that, there we go. Boom. I wonder if there's any fish. Can we try fishing? Not. I've never tried. Okay, I don't know if that just means there is a fish there. How about we get me old fishing pole out? Oh, I like next. Right, so it's not. I thought you had to charge it, it's not. Yeah, doing this at night is probably very difficult because they have made it obviously follow the puddle. Okay, oh, okay, what's going on here? It's stuck. Cool, and I can't jump off. That's really not cool. No, there we go. That's figured it out. Don't know what happened there. That was a bit strange. Okay, let's just go back to the weapons and run back into Cetus. Maybe we'll come back out and then a day cycle. This is already hitting 40 minutes. You guys are gonna get so fucking bored. If you have watched any of this whatsoever, maybe you skip through a bit. This movie's probably gonna be like shockingly huge as well. Ah well, see how it goes. Must admit, very very cool kind of like designs that they've done for this place. Just like in the whole game. Boom, we're done. End screen. So, a couple of relics. Breath of Eidolon, not 100% sure what they do. So yeah. And you'll see that if you leveled up any stuff at the top here, even though my cat died halfway through. You can resurrect them if you get to them before they bleed out, but if they actually properly die, they die. So yeah, it's this guy. Pretty nifty. But that's some pretty damn. Oh, there you go. Some cool armor going on right there. Sure. So yeah, you can make your warframes look pretty damn cool. That's Gara. That's the glass one. That's pretty awesome. Is that a? Yeah, if that is what I think it is, that's a really rare frame. You can't get that anymore, which sucks. Cool cape, dude. I want your cape, please. Thank you. Oh, oh lights, please. Kanzu, the lights are tripping, mate. Anyway, so we can kind of just. Oh, I don't want to do that. Come back. Kind of just do a few more. Now that I know that I can do that top one, 40 level 40 to 60. It's not. That was super easy. Yeah. So in that whole thing, we only got the bronze ones. Like these, I think these have like a 75% chance. These are probably like I want to say like a 30%. These are about a 10 or maybe 5 even to drop. Would be nice, but yeah. Yeah, cool. Anyway, that's Plains of Eidolon. That's a very quick breakdown of what that looks like. It's pretty freaking cool. It's yeah, it is different to Destiny, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I don't. Granted, I haven't played Destiny 2, but I'm sure it's just the same as Destiny 1. And Destiny 1 just adds such little variety. This gameplay loop is way more addictive. So yeah, warning to you. But yeah. Anyway, hey, I can bullet jump and see this. That's cool. Sweet. All right, we can stop it.